Well, in the front section of the business and tech, excuse me, of the Wall Street Journal, big story about a good half the page, when you take the second page also, headlines say 70,000 ways to classify ailments. Well, in an effort to curb fraud by the doctors and hospitals, insurance companies have increased the diagnostic codes for billing and for physicians up from 14,000 billing codes to 70,000, and from hospitals from 4,000 up to 72,000. And this goes to, September 2012 in the Wall Street Journal, which said that billing fraud from doctors and hospitals amounts to $750 billion a year. It's a third of the medical budget, and we're talking about one or two-thirds, three-quarters of $1 trillion every year is fraudulent billing. Doctors don't want to have to repay a student loan, so they just call a patient and say, look, I got somebody canceled, I can put you in here, and we're going to do the surgery. And especially little old patients over 60, whatever the doctor says, they do, oh, okay. And they go in for a surgery. The doctor gets his money and pays the tuition for the kids. Sometimes he can't find somebody to come in, so he just picks somebody and bills their insurance company without even seeing the patient. It amounts to $750 billion a year. That's a yearly figure, year after year after year. So in defense, the insurance companies have come up with this increased code. I mean, they're looking at details. When it said an animal bite, were they talking about a mosquito? Were they talking about a squirrel? Were they talking about a dog? Or a raccoon? I mean, what are they talking about, an animal bite? And so, because doctors would bill for a raccoon bite when it's really a mosquito bite, right, an animal bite. And so, in defense, they had to do something here. Well, there's more of a defense, of course, than that, but we have to be students of the information and take care of ourselves and not tempt doctors to use insurance that belongs to us or to bill us for things that are extreme. There's doctors that are at the high end of extreme. There's one doctor in Detroit who is treating people for cancer who didn't have cancer, and he got caught because he was billing like $5 million a month from Medicare, and somebody said, no, that can't be right. No cancer doctor makes that kind of money. So they checked it out, and sure enough, 99% of his patients didn't have cancer. And he just sent in a bill, and for years and years and years, Medicaid and Medicare paid. And then there's another guy from Texas who was falsely billing, and he made over $100 million, and they caught him because it was just too extreme. They got greedy because it was going through at the lower numbers. Well, let's just turn up the heat a little bit, okay? So I want you to contact your young Givey associate and get a hold of the trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and you'll learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. That's a trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy. In the book, Let's Play Doctor, you'll learn how to do your own laboratory work instead of a $2,000 physical in a doctor's office, using the same test strips which you can get from a pharmacy without a prescription that the doctor uses in his physical exam in his office. They'll cost you $4.50. You can take your own blood pressure, your own pulse, weigh yourself, look in the mirror and ask yourself silly questions the doctor asks you. And your physical exam, which you should record all the data in a logbook, date it, and so forth. And for everybody in your family, they have their own logbook. You'll save yourself $1,985. Kind of crazy, eh? Well, it's doable, but you're going to have to really step up to the plate here. And people say, well, I don't know, I have to ask my doctor. Why would you ask the doctor? He's a criminal in the deal. So what you're going to do is get my new DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, get my new CD, Public Enemy #1, and my new book, Epigenetics. And these three educational tools, Epigenetics the book, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, which is a DVD, and Public Enemy #1, the CD, are kind of updates on Dead Doctors Don't Lie. They're not a replacement. What they do is they show over the last 25 years that all the evidence has been accumulated over the last 25 years for health care and disease care and so forth. Guess what? Support what I said 25 years ago in Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book, and Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the CD, and Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the DVD. The truth is still the truth. There's just even more evidence to support it. Now, and what I want you to do is on holidays, get your family together and give a little physical to everybody. Put in a logbook. Teach your little kids how to do it, right? And then you're looking at the sort of thing you want to do with your family. When somebody's getting engaged, somebody's getting married, don't give them a set of towels with their initials monogrammed on them. Don't give them a set of linens to start their household. Don't give them a $1,000 check. What you do is you give them the 90 cents nutrients. Prevent birth defects. Reduce the risk of many different diseases. If they have some diseases, most people don't need joint replacement surgery when they have bone-to-bone arthritis. Most people can be easily gotten off of dialysis. But you're going to have to do something because the doctor is not going to do it. In fact, with dead doctors don't lie for these messages.
If you're the type of person who likes to volunteer and help others, this should interest you. What better way to help people than to help them overcome their health challenges? Longevity has been helping people overcome their health challenges for years. Our approach to health is drastically different than medical doctors who mostly only treat symptoms. As a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that many common disease states are actually preventable and reversible. Our mission at Longevity is to educate Americans about their own health. If you like helping people, join us in our fight to save America. While you're helping people prevent and overcome health challenges, you will also be able to build a lucrative home-based business. So what are you waiting for? Come join us and help save America. If you've decided to join us, call your local Longevity associate to find out how you can arm yourself with the knowledge that's needed to save America.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Longevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound. Turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons, but it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Longevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try SmartFX from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Longevity developed OsteoFX Plus, containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention, OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
I thought we'd talk a bit about pharmaceutical drugs, as I have a CNN story here headlined, Why Pharmaceuticals Are Cheaper Abroad. Americans pay some of the highest prices for those drugs that are relatively the rest of the world doesn't pay. A monthly prescription for Nexium and to an insurer in the U.S. pays on average about $215 a month per customer. Same prescription in the Netherlands costs just $23. According to the International Federation of Health Plans, Americans pay somewhere between 2 to 6 times more than for brand name prescriptions, and even more for specialty and cancer drugs. They say the sky-high prices can be found commonly in commonly used meds as well. For example, Gleevec, a cancer treatment, in the U.S. per month per customer, $6,214. In Canada, that same drug, $1,141. And in England, that same drug, $2,697. Humira, a rheumatoid arthritis drug that you really don't need, $2,246 in the U.S., $881 in Switzerland, $1,102 in England. And Zimbalta for depression, $194 in the U.S., $46 in England, and $52 in the Netherlands. According to a poll by the Kaiser Family Foundation, they found that 72% of Americans think drug costs are unreasonable and want drug companies to release information on how they set prices. According to Tom Sackville, he's the CEO of the International Federation of Health Plans, says that American consumers have little recourse against these prices. Consumers are pretty much unprotected from whatever price the pharmaceutical companies say. The high prices reflect the high cost of development. According to a pharmaceutical trade group, Pharma, they say the prices are a reflection of the research and development costs, and it takes, according to them, about 10 years and $2.6 billion to bring a drug to market. And I also point out that for every successful drug, there's handfuls of ones that never make it to the market. What I found interesting about that, Doc, was, there was a thing that came about, I believe, in the late 80s. It was called Fast Track, and it was for that very reason that people were complaining that they were seeing drugs in Europe that they weren't able to get here because it took so long for them to get to market. So they started allowing the companies that are trying to get these drugs marketed to do their own clinical trials rather than the FDA doing them. And we now know down the road that we can cite several cases as to why that just isn't working, because we're finding out that there are drugs that have been on the market 10, 20, sometimes 30 years that they didn't only gave the positive information to the FDA, so the FDA approved them. Say in other countries, these health systems are a little simpler, and there aren't as many organizations like insurance companies, hospital groups, hospital plans that are making deals with the pharmaceutical companies, so there's basically fewer places to sell them in Europe, so they can't charge those high prices. This is something we've been talking about for years.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, there is another option. There is a way out of this. If people take care of themselves, instead of paying, $80,000 or $120,000 for a double knee replacement, it's going to cost them just a couple of bucks a day to support and promote maintenance repair of the cartilage in their knees and hips and discs in their back, and support regrowth of that stuff. And you're talking about a couple of bucks a day. I mean, we're talking about less than a cup, the cost of less than a cup of this exotic coffee that people buy out there. And so people should try us, and I think they are right now. We're seeing an influx of 10,000 new patients or people or customers, associates, however you want to call people, with health problems who are coming in, or people who don't have problems, who don't want to get health problems, and they're actually saying, hey, we would rather try what you're doing here for a couple of bucks a day than to pay $120,000 for a double knee replacement. I'm going to keep my own knees. So thank you for bringing that one up, Doug. There is options to paying the high price of drugs. Try something that's not drug. Try your Young Judy associate. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Arizona. And Nellie, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Nellie, you're on the air. Hi.
Hello, Dr. Wallach. I wanted to know if you could talk about microcephaly. You've never talked about it that I know of, and have you had any success in reversing it?
Okay, well, microcephaly is preventable. This is where the baby's born with a small head compared to the body size. And, of course, that talks about brain capacity as well as motor functions. It just, depends on the shape of the brain and the skull and so forth. The microcephaly is one of those neurotube defects. It's kind of like spina bifida, hydroencephalocele, where the skull is open, like spina bifida, where the spine is open. Hydroencephalocele, the brain or the skull is open and the brain is hanging out of the skull when the baby's born. And microcephaly is another variation on a folic acid and or a zinc deficiency. That was one of my lawsuits against the FDA and federal court in which I prevailed. One of the reasons that there's folic acid and prenatal vitamins to prevent these sort of things is because of my lawsuit against them. Very, very proud of that. Now, once you have a child with microcephaly, and how old is this child?
She's 5 now.
5, okay. And can the child use a computer, play computer games, anything like that?
Well, no, she's nonverbal. She's my niece, actually. But the thing is, we thought it was postnatal onset because she appeared normal at birth. And then it gradually, her mother began to realize her head's not growing quite as fast. And, of course, she was diagnosed with CP, primary conjunction, but I didn't want to focus on that because you've already talked about that. I just wanted to focus on the microcephaly.
But she was diagnosed with cerebral palsy also?
Yes, but again,
sure.
I know
again, these things are, I apologize, Nellie, but these things are all preventable, but they're not reversible with nutrition after the baby's born. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you have any other children?
No.
Okay. And let's see here. Do you have any health challenges like asthma or skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
No, this is for my niece now. And
okay.
My sister, she was heavy on the wheat when she was pregnant, and of course she knows better now, and she doesn't do the gluten and everything. But we suspected that it might have been the heavy wheat diet. Yeah,
it's possible because gluten does cause a malabsorption problem in the pregnant mother, and especially if the pregnant mother wasn't taking high doses of vitamins and minerals prior to conception. And that's why I just keep pushing for take the vitamins and minerals before you're conceived, all through the pregnancy. You develop them from the moment you're born, and then we can reduce the risk of these terrible types of birth defects. But basically, what you can do here is give her the 90 cents of nutrients, and we can get. Keep in touch with us and let us know how this progresses. Get back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to California, and Hava, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hava, you're on the air.
Hello. Hi, doctor. How are you?
Okay, thank you. How can I help you?
Well, I have a pretty severe case of endometriosis, and I'm wondering what I should be doing just with diet or anything to help cure some, I don't know, relieve some of the...
And how long have you been diagnosed with endometriosis?
About 10 years now.
I'm sorry, say again?
About 10 years.
10 years, okay. And what has your doctors done for you?
Well, there's nothing, it seems like there's nothing that they really do. I've been on birth control, mainly to stop myself from, having a menstrual cycle each month.
Sure.
And that's,
so,
that's
are you cycling? Are you cycling now?
yes.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
I'm around 175.
Okay.
But I'm 6'1".
And how tall are you? Okay, 6'1"?
6'1". Mm-hmm.
61 years?
I'm 6'1". I'm
okay.
pretty tall.
Okay, so you're a basketball player or a volleyball player. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, this is kind of a Shar thing. Shar, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. What would you do for this nice lady, Hava, she had dysmenorrhea that's related to endometriosis, and, this can cause cycle problems, extra bleeding, discomfort, all this stuff that goes along with that. And so what would you give her? What would be your choice of stuff here?
Well, I'd give her the Women's FX, and I would give her the Xerafem, and probably, unfortunately, tell her not to use tampons.
Yeah. Tampons are the basic root cause, thank you, Shar, of endometriosis, because the system is open from the vulva, the beginning of the vagina, all the way up into the fallopian tubes. It opens up into the belly cavity, the abdominal cavity. And so when you block the normal flow of the menses, the menstrual cycle, the blood and the tissue and the cells and so forth, it backs up and goes up the other direction when it can't come out. Not only floods the tampon, but also goes up into the belly cavity and causes the endometriosis, because these cells are still alive. It's kind of like a transplant. They set up on the surface to the bladder and the colon and the liver and adrenal glands and so forth. And then as your cycle goes, they swell up and cause pain. Now, hang on, we'll come back. We'll give you a program as Charlotte laid out after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to California and Hava. Okay, Shar said here, Hava, 175 pounds. I'd go ahead and take the basic program. You need just 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. It'd be, say, 2 of the Healthy Start packs per month, 2 Healthy Start packs per month, 1 full dose of each of the products for breakfast and dinner. And then the Woman's FX is 1 ounce per 100 pounds of body weight. It's a blend of herbs that actually support healthy menses and prevents a lot of the dysmenorrhea complaints. And so I'd have you take 2 ounces a day of that. That's 1 ounce of breakfast, 1 ounce of dinner. That's 2 bottles a month. It's liquid, tastes very good. And then Xerafem. It's a tablet that has nutrition that's specifically designed to encourage your own correct balanced hormone production and prevents you from being out of balance. And you'll be amazed at how well you do. We deal with a lot of women with all kinds of dysmenorrhea, including endometriosis and anything related to dysmenorrhea, pain, bleeding, discomfort, swelling, all that kind of stuff. Give us a call every cycle and let us know how it's going. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
So let's stay right there in California. Head to Rodrigo. You're on with Dr. Wallach.
Rodrigo, you're on the air.
Hi, hello. I have 2 questions. I've heard you say digestion starts in the mouth, and if digestion starts in the mouth, will someone without a gallbladder or digestive problem, will it be a bad idea to chew gum? Will it mess up any enzyme production or waste them, or will the brain send some kind of a signal to the stomach and waste the enzyme production or stomach acid while chewing gum?
Not necessarily, no, because just chewing in of itself, even something tasty like different types of gum and things, all don't necessarily cause you to waste your stomach acid. You'll make as much as you need as long as you're supplementing with salt. If not, you can go ahead, start supplementing with salt, and also use our Ultimate Enzymes, which does have stomach acid in it, along with the digestive enzymes. And the original spearmint gum was the spearmint and peppermint herbs that actually is used to support healthy digestion. If you have gas, reflux, you want to use, what would you use for stopping belching, burping, and bloating and reflux, Shar?
Peppermint oil.
Peppermint oil, yeah, from our Ancient Legacy division. And great herb. Put 4 or 5 drops of that peppermint oil in say, an 8-ounce cup of warm water. Yeah, and you'll stop all the reflux and belching and burping and bloating. But chewing gum itself is not going to be a problem. Okay, so I hope that answers question number 1. What's question number 2?
Okay, what are your thoughts and knowledge in injecting live animal stem cells from, for example, lambs or any animals to the humans to help damaged organs to regenerate themselves?
Okay, well, stem cells are a normal part of the repair process. Stem cells tend to start out as non-specific connective tissue cells, okay? Fibroblasts are called. And I started working with those in 1958, so I think I have a little bit of knowledge. It goes way back to 1958, where you could turn these stem cells from fibroblasts, which come from a tendon in a person, to a heart cell, or a lung cell, or a kidney cell, or a liver cell. And so stem cells are part of the normal healing process and regenerative process. The body wants to heal itself, and the good Lord gave us the equipment to do it. And so we do have things like, Shar, what products would you give to support the body's interest in stem cells, its own stem cells, and to encourage more function of the stem cells your body has? What would you use?
I would use the Immortalium and the Fucoid Z.
You are a good girl. You are running hot today. Super, exactly. And, of course, Immortalium and Fucoid Z are both wonderful products that actually support the body's ability to make its own stem cells. It's a lot cheaper, a lot safer, and also, I would say, more effective than, paying $40,000 for some stem cells where the doctors take some fat out of your belly, spin it around, take the fibroblast out, and turn them into some sort of specific tissue or organ cell, but you still have to feed it. This goes back to, in the failure of stem cell procedures in medicine, goes back to the thought that genetics covers everything and that your genes are autonomous and you don't have to worry about feeding them. They're just going to do their thing. If they're good genes, they're going to do their thing whether you give them the right stuff or not. In fact, genes and DNA and RNA and telomeres, little end caps in your chromosomes, require all 90 essential nutrients to support the maximum genetic potential for longevity and health and fending off disease and repair and speed and strength and intelligence and making good decisions and all that kind of stuff. So that's a great question. I have an enormous amount of experience with that one, going back to 1958. Keep up with it all the time and reading journals every month. And we've been using these products to support the body's interest in creating new stem cells as well as supporting the activities of ones that exist. So Char's exactly right. You take the 90 essential nutrients, the basic. Anytime you would need stem cells for something, you take the 90 essential nutrients, one healthy start pack or one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight, and then you throw in the Immortalium. I'd like to do, say, 3 of those tablets. If you need stem cells, I'd do 3 of those tablets twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And then for ORIC points to protect these stem cells from free radical damage, what would you use, Shar?
For ORIC points, I would use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 tablets.
Oh, absolutely, because 3 or 4 of them are going to give you like 160,000 ORIC points. And so if you do 2 doses, take 2 bottles a month, that's going to get you over 320,000 ORIC points. And these long-loop cultures that have 40 times 100 as we do take in 20,000 ORIC points to help maintain their body's ability to maintain itself and repair itself. And so you're exactly right, Shar. You're exactly right. Okay. All right. Great questions there. Great question, Rodrigo. Okay. Doug, do we have time to start another one?
Yeah, we sure do. Let's head to Detroit, Michigan. And Anthony, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Anthony, you're on the air. Yes, sir. How can we help you?
Young lady, 5'4.5", 174 in weight, 55, and she has type 2 diabetes, takes the pills. Her daughter takes the shots, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, short memory loss, and she has nerve damage all over, and osteoarthritis. She used to have a hernia. She has gastritis and acid reflux. I was asking her today about the high cholesterol. If she's taking cholesterol drugs, and she called the doctor's office today and said, I asked her to ask them if they were statin cholesterol drugs, and they told her yeah. But I've been telling her about them. She has memory loss. I said, well, that might be contributing to your loss, but she said
Very
she's
good.
been
That's exactly right.
like this. Right. She's been like this for, I guess, when she was a child. She said her memory comes and goes.
We've got to run one of those message moments. Hang on, and Char and I will be back, and we're going to give you some good information for this lady. We'll be back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, United for Life Crusade. And Char, this is the Char thing. This lady that Anthony's talking about, she has 6 diseases. She got high blood pressure, she's got type 2 diabetes, she's got reflux, she's obese, she got dementia and arthritis. She had her hernia, which would be 7 diseases, which I'm assuming was repaired surgically. What would you do? What's the basic problem here?
Well, it's obvious she has a gluten intolerance because she has no absorption because of the gluten problem, and therefore keeps coming down with different diseases because she's not able to absorb all those different nutrients that prevent them.
Exactly. Okay, so what would you do for this gal? Would you give her each of those packs? I mean, this can be a couple $1,000 if she has all the packs.
No. I would, because she's got some memory problems and everything, I think I would, I think I would get her on a healthy brain and heart pack, and I would add the sweeties for the diabetes. And
what would you throw in for the high blood pressure?
I'd add the Ultimate Daily and the Cardio FX for the high blood pressure, and I would add the Glucogel for the arthritis.
Okay, what would you do for the reflux?
Oh, I would get. She could either take. She can take enzymes, or she can take and she could take this peppermint oil.
Yeah, exactly right. I'd have her take the Ultimate enzymes and 1 or 2 before each meal, a couple ounces of water, and then use the peppermint oil, 4 to 6 drops in an 8-ounce cup of warm water or peppermint tea. That's what I like to use. I just put in some peppermint or mint tea, and it's really great. And it just, I mean, you've seen it. How quickly did you see somebody stop belching and burping? They've been doing it for 12 years.
Less than 10 seconds.
Oh, it happens quick with that peppermint. Good stuff. Thank you, Charlotte. You're right on, girl. Exactly. Okay, so give us a call every couple of weeks, Anthony, and let us know how this lady's doing, because all of these are nutritional deficiency diseases, and they're all easily resolved. Okay, Doug, we got time to start another one?
Yeah, we sure do. Let's head to Illinois. And Tom, you're on with Dr. Joel Wallach.
Tom, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I'm speaking for Tom. He had to do something. So What we have here, we have a little dog. She's 4 years old, 13.6 pounds. She could die. She was diagnosed with Addison's disease. Mm-hmm. My daughter spent over $2,500 on this little girl, and she's taking prednisone, 1 milligram, and fludrocortisone, 0.1 milligram, and the vet.
Yeah, I know what they're going to give her. It's going to be all these adrenal-cortical hormones, because when you have Addison's disease, you have complete loss of function of the adrenal cortex, okay? And this is what President Kennedy had until they came up with the artificial cortisone. He was in trouble, but that saved President Kennedy from that terrible disease. Now, additionally, for a 13-pound dog, what would you give this 13-pound dog, Char, as a supplement program?
Well, first of all, I get him off all gluten-type dog food, no gluten in the dog food. And then I would get him on the Arthrodex, a half a scoop of Arthrodex every day. And I would add essential fatty acids to the, squeeze.
Sure.
I squeeze EFA from each of my dogs every morning and put it in their food.
Okay, what would you give that dog that comes in a shell, comes from a little animal that goes cluck, 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 to give the raw materials for the adrenal cortex to make its own hormone?
Eggs. Give them eggs. They love eggs, too.
Yeah, scramble an egg every day for that dog in some butter, and really loose. If it's hard, the cholesterol is not going to do a good job. But Char's exactly right. You want to get that dog on a grain-free dog food, if it's a dry dog food, and absolutely no grain in a canned dog food, because this may be due to, again, a gluten intolerance where they can't absorb the nutrients necessary to make the adrenal glands happy, which include cholesterol. I'd like to know what the cholesterol level of that dog is if that's available. But sometimes you have to stay on that prednisone or cortisone forever because the adrenal cortex is dead. But you have two adrenal glands. Usually one of them can produce some hormones if you give it the right raw materials. Well, thank you, everybody. Great questions today. Thank you so much, Char. Superlative job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Aromatherapy oils have been prized by ancient cultures for thousands of years. Youngevity's ancient legacy, True Aromatherapy, is no exception. Essential oils are the fragrant life essence from plants that are gently removed through the process of steam distillation. Youngevity's ancient legacy essential oils are of the purest concentrations from the most respected and ethical distillers worldwide. Many ancient legacy oils come directly from families in the East which have been distilling essential oils for over 100 years. Keep Ancient Legacy's tea tree oil in your medicine chest for first aid. Tea tree oil is great for soothing the itching and stinging associated with insect bites, burns, scrapes, and other skin irritations. It's also effective as an antiseptic. To learn more about aromatherapy and essential oils, contact your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables. And besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
This is the ZBS Radio Network.